What's up, you wild tigers? Episode 15 of the Hero Show. Now, today's hero, I thought about it long and hard. I'm like, who should I do? Because there's 900 plus heroes. But I did a hero kind of close to my heart. I read Divergent back in 10th grade. It was for a summer project. I said, sure, why not? It's the biggest book. Sounds interesting. Let me read it. So I read the whole book in one day. It was a great book. I loved it. I was like, this is great. And then I was just thinking back about the questions and stuff. I was like, I didn't really fully 100% grasp everything. So the questions had me intrigued. So I dived deep, and I realized this book was very deep and more important than I realized. I want to say this. The hero of today is going to be Beatrice Pryor. Because of so many things, I have to just tell you why it's important to me. So, I read this book in 10th grade. I found the next book, read it, then read Allegiant, watched the movies, and as people started getting into it, I realized why I love this so much. It's dystopian. I love dystopian stories. I love love between Tobias and Triss. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. I love it because she goes into the Dauntless. So she's supposed to be abnegation, Dauntless, she chooses Dauntless. The reason she has two is because she's divergent. A divergent is entirely, if you find out later in the book, a pure human. A human who has all of the different choices. So she's found out to be divergent, but nobody knows because it's dangerous to be found divergent. It's like, you're an outlier, you're an outcast, so we should kill you or shun you. And then you become one of the homeless. So there's 5 factions. There's Dauntless, Abnegation, Candor, Erudite, and what's the other one? Abnegation, Dauntless, Candor. Oh, it's the what's the nice one? Amenity. There we go. So they all live separately, but they all contribute into the society. Abnegation's like the government because they're selfless. Dauntless, the army, because they're brave. Candor's like the judge and trial because they're honest. Amity is like the farmers because they're so peaceful and loving. And you got the erudite, who are like the scientists and the engineers because they're so smart. So what's insane and what's interesting about this whole book is it dives deep into a human genome, because it takes personalities and I guess you could say genes are who we are. So like talking about selflessness and abnegation, but it's like, why are only certain people like that? Like, or other people can be selflessness, or why are only some people brave and other people can be brave? It doesn't make sense. But then you realize that as the book goes on, in the next book in the book, is that the reason why they're separate is because people have been genetically modified by the outside humans. This world, this city they live in, is an experiment. So I love about Trish. She's divergent, but not only is she divergent, she's a special divergence. And her personality and who she is makes her so profound and a threat to the system that she becomes a hero to everybody. Number 1, book 1, Divergent. She joins the Dauntless, and she excels way beyond anyone else in there. She kills it. And she falls in love with Tobias and her teacher, 4. He is also divergent in the first book and the second one. You find out later in the third one that he's really not full divergent, but he loves all the other factions. He has tattoos of all of them in his back. He says, I want to be everything. And I go, so do I. It's you don't want to be just one. You want to be selfless. You want to be honest. You want to be strong. You want to be kind and loving. You want to be smart. Like it's amazing how the stuff they go through. So what happens is, in this book, erudite teams basically creates a serum that's to mind control everybody in the city, and they can control Dauntless, and then they go out there and they kill Abnegation, and they try to kill civil order. And it's insane because everybody gets controlled except the other divergents and Tobias. So as Triss sees all of the people lining up like mind controlled zombies going out there to kill people, she is trying to blend in, and so is Tobias, and she finds him. And then together they give each other a look, and she's like, good. You're not captured, you're not mind controlled. So then later on they go out and they stop it and they fight I think his name's June, the main villain. And she frees everybody. She frees them from the faction, she frees them from this controlled freak. She frees people. She becomes a symbol of hope and rebellious action and a leader. And it doesn't really come out until the second book, so it's Insurgent. And that book, it's more about him becoming, let's say, interesting, because they go at Amity, and things get interesting because it's not the same. It's this time is different because people are trying to rally divergence. They're trying to find them, and they're trying to get them to open this box. This box is supposed to be the key to the understanding of what's going on in the city and power. Everybody thinks it's power. Just thinks it's like there's something just in there that must be found. It's probably from her mother. There's something important. She has to figure it out. But she's tired of people dying because of her. She's tired of all this crap happening to her. She has to face more trials. And so at the end of this second book, she finds the truth and she realizes that there's people outside these walls. They're not alone. So third book, she goes out there. She finds these people. She realizes that these people are also horrible, that they're playing experiments in our city. They're going to kill everybody or make everybody forget everything. And then she realizes they're taking kids from other villages and using them for experiments. She hates it. She doesn't think it's right. She says, stop it. And in doing this, she ends up dying. And Tobias is sad. And there's so much stuff that happened. And at the end of the last book, Tobias almost makes himself forget anything ever happened. But he doesn't. And then they tell him that they want him to go do this little zipline thing that she did in the first one, where you like basically flying. And he does it, and he's like, he slowly almost forgets about her. But then he does this thing, and he's like, you were amazing, and I don't ever want to forget you, and I'm gonna keep living. And he goes on living, because he basically was gonna kill himself. He's like, there's no reason to go on. So what I want you guys to understand from this whole thing, and why I love her as a hero, is one, she goes against everything. And I believe as heroes, we sometimes have to break the rules. Not the law, but the rules, to get what we want, to get what needs to be done. Justice will not be served if we just sit here and squander. We have to go make things happen. Two, she trusts her instincts, her gut feeling. It told her to go to Dauntless. It told her to do this. It told her not to trust this person. It just told her to go. She risked her life so many times. So many times. You can even say it's selfish or stupid. She has so many crises. She's like, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. Why am I the hero? Why? There's so many things that happen with her, but she just keeps doing it. She goes, I just feel like it's right. And that's what she does at the end of the book. She goes, I feel like this is the right thing to do. I have to sacrifice my life. She saves everyone. There's no better heroic thing to do than to sacrifice your own life to save other people. It's selfish to save your own life. It's a selfish gene. It's, yes, you want to live, you want to grow, you want to survive. That's what we do. But to be a hero is to fight that and say, I'm dying today to save millions of lives. Because I value their life. And I value that more than me surviving. I don't know anything more heroic than that. And what I love about the first book is about fear and conquering fears. So 4 has 4 great fears, and he conquers them. It's like heights and claustrophobia and his dad's abuse and I think guns or something like that. So it's his greatest fears, and he fights them, and he uses them as his strength. Same with Triss, you overcome your fears. I love that. I wish we had series like that. We just go in there and face our fears, but do that in real life. Like, I'm afraid of so many things. It's insane. Like, I'm afraid of making these videos, or I was, but these are so much fun. I love doing them. It's stuff like that. It's like, go out there and fight your fears and use them as your strength. Yeah, I'm getting so excited. I'm shaking the camera. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, this is all just Triss. She's just a nobody. She's a normal person, but she's divergent. And they give that to her because she's special. But she's just pure human. In our own world, she'd be normal. But it's not about that. It's about her values, what she believes in, and what she fights for. Okay, that's it. A hero is nothing special. They're not gods among us. They're everyday people around us. They usually go unnoticed. She just puts other people before herself. And that's it. When she sees injustice, she fights. That's all. She doesn't let people push her around. Because people will treat you the way you let them treat you, so she doesn't let the world treat her or anyone else the way that they want to be treated, but she makes sure they get treated right. She makes sure that everything that is done for justice, for the right of life, and for what she thinks is most valuable. And she will sacrifice herself at any second to make sure that the people around her that she loved live on. Done.